आता येतोय का आवाज? क्लिअर आहे? हॅलो. हॅलो.
हाँ सर.
Okay. So, in case of this register, that is PSW, program status word, if you are knowing the functions at the time of writing an explanation to the architecture, I'm talking about architecture only. In that case, you mention all these bits. But if you are not confident enough, what is the function of carry flag, that is CY, AC, and positions, where it is at D6, D7, like that. So in that case, you simply mention the PSW is a program status word register, which is used to identifying the status of an various flags, that is carry, auxiliary carry, in sentence manner. Okay. Don't draw the format, but if it is asked a special question, that is uh, draw the format for PSW and write function of each bit or each flag used in it or used in this register. So this type of question is asked for 2 marks. That is combinedly two registers may be asked. That is PSW, TMOD, TCON, uh, SCON, like that. So according to IAIP. So according to that, you may need to draw the format and then write the explanation. But these kind of questions are asked for 2 marks. So generally, in case of architecture, it is not necessary to mention. But if you are confident enough to mention all the flags associated with the PSW, then you go with the PSW, no problem, because it may gives additional benefit. That is, if separate question will be asked, if it is asked in exam, then you are able to write the answer for PSW separately also. So if you are performing or uh, taking care of PSW isolatedly, then you may insert in the architecture also. So in PSW registers parity, odd number of ones, if it is there, then parity flag will be set, that is odd parity, and for even number of ones, even parity, and it will be resetted to the 0. Then OV, overflow flag, is there. That is whenever result of an ALU operation is greater than 8 bit, that is addition is there, multiplication is there, and it may exceeds to the 8 bit result, that is FF पेक्षा जास्त आहे अशा केसमध्ये ॲडिशन आली किंवा हे आलं तर तेव्हा कॅरी तर जनरेट होतोच आणि तुमचा रिझल्ट काय होतो मग 0 0 दिसतो. त्यावेळी काय होईल, ओव्हरफ्लो फ्लॅग सेट होईल. आफ्टर दॅट RS0 अँड RS1, register bank selection bit 0, that is RS0, and register bank selection bit 1. So 8051 consists of 4 register banks, that is register bank 0, bank 1, bank 2, and bank 3. So all 4 register banks consist of R0 to R7 register separately. That is R0 to R7 available in bank 0. Again, R0 to R7 available in bank 1, available in bank 2, and available in bank 3. So all register banks consist of 8 registers R0 to R7, each register having the bit capacity of 8 bits. हे रजिस्टर पण परत काय 8 बिटचे आहेत आणि 8 रजिस्टर आहेत. ओके, हे टेम्पररी रजिस्टर असतील, डेटा टेम्पररी स्टोरेज करण्यासाठी. F0, that is available for user for future purpose, or you may here write some content, but it is not possible to write single bit in a particular F0 position. So it is now a wastage bit or spare bit, we say that the spare bit. After that, AC, auxiliary carry. Auxiliary carry, as I have mentioned, that if an ALU operation carry generated from D3 to D4, or simply consider lower nibble to higher nibble. Lower nibble means D0 to D3, and higher nibble means D4 to D7, 4 bit next, higher 4 bits. So if carry generated from lower nibble to higher nibble, AC flag becomes 1, otherwise it is resetted. And CY is nothing but your carry flag, and carry flag is set when carry generated from D7 to D8, that is most of the cases in overflow condition. Okay, so this is related to the PSW, program status word register, which is included in architecture of an 8051. So next, stack pointer, data pointers, and program counters. These are the SFRs. SFR means special function registers. Stack is used generally to store data temporary whenever switching occurs. Whenever switching occurs, that is most of the times when flag is generated or detected, some interrupt condition is arises, and uh, CPU switches from main program to subroutine program or interrupt service routine ISR. In that case, the current execution details or address of a next instruction which is to be executed is stored in stack pointer, and it will move towards the execution of an ISR. Again, after execution of ISR, it will again resume to the main program with the help of stack pointer. Here, initially stack pointer is showing the top location of an stack whenever these all the contents are open or free to write the temporary contents. Here, if you are seeing on the screen, that is on reset, SP is nothing but your stack pointer initialized to 07H. It means that from 00 to 07 we have an storage capacity to store the content temporary. That is stack pointer having the levels, that is stack level, we consider that stack level, that is 8 level stack is available in 8051, that is 00, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06 and 07. So total locations are 8 memory locations are available from 00 to 07 for storing purpose, that is temporary storing purpose. And yes, hello. So if we are storing some contents or memory location while switching towards the ISR, and initially stack pointer is at position 07H, and when we stored the content, it will be stored at 07H memory location, not starting from 00, as pointer is most showing, that is stack pointer is showing the memory location 7H. So it will store or load the content at 7H. After that, stack pointer will be decremented by 1, so it will shows or indicates the 06H for next operation. And when it will again resumes to the main program, in that case, that is after completion of ISR, that is interrupt service routine, or complete execution of interrupt service routine, it will go to the stack pointer where the contents or memory location is loaded or stored, that is at 07H. It will retrieve that contents and it will jump or move to that particular memory location, and it will continue their operation as a main program execution. And if you are seeing that, if again before coming to the uh, main program, again some interrupts has been occurred or higher priority than the earlier interrupts, then again first ISR is again suspended, that is holded, and its address is also loaded at stack pointer, that is at 06H, because after storing first content, it will be decreased by 1, and if stack pointer shows 06H memory location, which is ready to insert the content. So second uh, contents, that is temporary holding address, is loaded at 06H. Again next is coming, then 05H, like this. And if stack pointer is at 00H, it means that last memory location is available for user to store the contents. And if again next memory contents are need to be stored, in that case repeat the cycle, that is after 00H it will resumes to the 07H by overwriting the earlier content. So your earlier contents are vanished, exhausted, and latest contents are overwritten on the 07H. So in this way cycle repeats. So only 8 non-repeated memory locations are available as a stack pointer or stack locations with 8051 microcontroller. So this is the function of an stack pointer. If we are seeing that push and pop operations are there, push means writing content. So stack is pushing the contents on 07H, stack is pushing the contents on 06H, stack is pushing the contents on 05H. So all these times it is pushing, but when it will go to return, that is retrieving the content. So when it is suppose 05H, three contents are written, that is push. 1 push 2 and push 3, so 7 6 and 5. So pop means retrieve, दॅट इज काढून घ्यायचे आपल्याला ते कंटेंट्स. आता मग कंटेंट्स कुठे आहेत 05H ला. मग त्या केसमध्ये काय करायचं आपल्याला, पॉप ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करायचं स्टॅकवरती. तर पॉपनुसार काय करेल, 5 मेमरी एच दॅट इज 05H कंटेंट्स आर रिट्राइव्ड अँड अगेन इट विल बी गोइंग टू दॅट पर्टिक्युलर एक्झिक्युशन. अगेन सेकंड पॉप असेल तर फॉर 6ला जाईल आणि थर्ड पॉप असेल तर 7ला जाईल. सो इन दिस मॅनर push and pop operations are performed. First push is required, again after pushing we are able to pop that particular content. So push pop operations are performed in stack. Okay, after that data pointer, as a name itself, it accesses the data stored at 16 bit memory locations. And here if only 8-bit memory locations are there, then DPL, that is lower byte, is used, and for 16-bit memory locations or contents, it will use DPL as well as DPH in combined use as a DPTR. After that, program counter. One more thing related to stack pointer is stack pointer always initialized to 07H whenever reset is occurs. The meaning is that all the 8 memory locations of an stack are available for user to store the data temporarily. After that, program counter, similar to the data pointer, program counter is also 16-bit, as we have discussed earlier, I think. So program counter is having the capacity of 16-bit because the maximum size of memory location is 64K, that is 65,536. That's why it requires to access the maximum memory location, last point or last byte of the memory is, it takes 16 lines, that is 2 raised to 16. That's why the program counter and data pointers make it 16-bit. Otherwise other registers either 8-bit or 16-bit. The functions of timer or other registers are different, but generally data related operations are used only with the help of 8-bit register. So program counter, the function of program counter is always to point the next memory location from which we have to, or CPU will execute the instruction, that is memory address of the next instruction which is to be or which will be executed after the completion of current execution. म्हणजे करंट एक्झिक्युशन संपलं की नेक्स्ट कुठली मेमरी एक्झिक्यूट होईल, मेमरी लोकेशन की जिथं आपण एखादी इन्स्ट्रक्शन स्टोअर केली असेल. मग प्रोग्राम काउंटरनी काय करायला पाहिजे, ऑलवेज तिथं पॉईंट करायला पाहिजे. आता हे नॉर्मली रुटीन ऑपरेशन ज्यावेळेस असतं, मूव ए कॉमा बी, मूव बी कॉमा 05H, मूव ए कॉमा, लाईक दिस. ह्या रुटीनमध्ये काय होईल, प्रोग्राम काउंटर विल बी इन्क्रिमेंटेड एव्हरी टाइम 1 by 1, दॅट इज incremented by 1, again incremented by 1, like this. One एक एकने increment होईल. But when jump or call instructions are there, CJNE, SJMP, call, या इन्स्ट्रक्शनला काय होतं, जे काही लेबल असाइन केलं असेल, अप डाऊन नेक्स्ट गो टू हिअर देअर, असं काही जे मेन्शन किंवा आपले नाव मेन्शन केलं असेल ते ते खाली किंवा वरती कुठेतरी मेन्शन केलं असेल, अप असेल डाऊन असेल, मग त्या केसला काय व्हायला पाहिजे, त्यांनी तिथं जम्प करायला पाहिजे. म्हणजे एकदम जम्प किती असेल त्याचं, 4 मेमरी लोकेशनने असेल, 8ने असेल, 10ने असेल, 12ने असेल, वॉट एव्हर, अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन, that is forward or reverse direction. So this is the important related to the program counter. It will not execute or increments by only 1 1 1, but it may executes or jumps to the higher, that is in forward direction as well as in reverse direction as per the instruction written by an user. Here function असेल program counter. After that, memory, as we have discussed that the 8051 microcontroller consists of 4 KB of ROM, that is flash type of program memory, and 128 bytes RAM, that is data memory. Address buses, address bus is having 16-bit capacity, as our memory locations are more, as we have earlier said that the maximum capacity is 64 KB, so address bus capacity is 16-bit. Then most important point related to this is interrupt. So 8051 microcontroller consists of 5 structured or vectored interrupt, as we have discussed in features also, that is external hardware interrupt 0, external hardware interrupt 1, timer 0, timer 1, and R1 T1 or RI TI, that is serial communication interrupt. As here I have mentioned that according to their priorities. That is, highest priority is at number 1 int 0, after that timer 0, after that external interrupt 1, after that timer 1, and last, that is least priority for serial communication interrupt, that is RI and TI. So function of interrupt is to suspend the current execution ongoing program and assign the control to the subroutine. Here subroutine is nothing but your ISR, interrupt service routine. So after execution of ISR, that is interrupt service routine, again it is necessary to resume to the main program or go to the main program. So all these four functions need to be carried out by each and every interrupt. So based on that, some interrupt types are there: hardware and software interrupts, either hardware or software. Hardware interrupts is nothing but directly assigning reset signal. Software interrupts may be overflowing the data, timer overflow interrupt is there, or data reception interrupt is there. So software interrupts. And hardware means you physically some assign for INT 0, the pin number is, that is I think 10, 11, 12. INT 0 साठी पिन असेल 12. तर 12 पिनला आपण एक स्विच कनेक्ट केलेला आहे, पुश बटन, आणि ते पुश बटनने आपण बटन प्रेस केलं आणि तिथं सिग्नल हाय झाला किंवा लो झाला, तर तो काय झाला, तुमचा हार्डवेअर इंटरप्ट झाला. पण टायमरचं आपण काय बाहेरून पिन कनेक्शन करून किंवा स्विच कनेक्ट करून टायमर जनरेट करता येणार नाही. तर टायमरचा काय होईल, इंटरनलच क्रिएट होईल. जेव्हा तो ओव्हरफ्लो होईल त्याच वेळी काय होईल, टायमरचा इंटरप्ट जनरेट होईल. आरआयचं काय असेल, हार्डवेअर म्हणजे काय असेल, ॲक्च्युअल डेटा रिसेप्शन, पण हा सॉफ्टवेअर बेस असेल. आणि जेव्हा डेटा फ्रेम कंप्लीट रिसीव्ह होईल तेव्हाच आरआय जनरेट होईल, किंवा डेटा कंप्लीट ट्रान्सफर होईल एसबफ मधून तेव्हाच टीआय सिग्नल हा जनरेट होईल. पण INT 0 आणि INT 1 हे एक्सटर्नल इंटरप्ट आहेत आणि ते आपण स्विचनी कंट्रोल करू शकतो, म्हणजे सेट आणि रिसेट करू शकतो. सो these are the interrupts. One more important points related to interrupts is maskable and not non-maskable or unmaskable. मास्केबल इंटरप्ट्स म्हणजे काय, की जे इंटरप्ट्स CPU इग्नोर करू शकतो, इट इज द इंटरप्ट्स विच आर इग्नोर्ड बाय एन CPU while execution of current routine or current program, and they need not affect on the current execution of an CPU. But unmasked interrupts are the interrupts, they are affect on the current execution of an CPU. That is, best example is reset or master reset. We say that when CPU resetted or reset pin is pressed, in that case whatever the operation is going on, it will be automatically interrupted and your system is resetted. So this is called as unmaskable or non-maskable interrupts. And maskable interrupts are transmission complete, reception complete, timer overflow occurs, again it will starts but counting stopped but timer working. त्याचं काउंटिंग यूजमध्ये येणार नाहीये, पण ते वर्क होऊ शकतं. एक्सटर्नल इंटरप्ट जनरेट झाला, स्विच प्रेस आहे, स्विच ओपन झालाय, तरी पण पुढचं ऑपरेशन होऊ शकतं. ते काय अनमास्केबल नाहीये. रिसेट टाईपचे इंटरप्ट आहेत, ते काय करतात, सगळी सिस्टीमच रिसेट करतात, त्यांना म्हणायचे अनमास्क्ड इंटरप्ट. सो these are the related to the interrupts. We see outputs and pin diagram. So just let me finish. IO ports. So 8051 consists of 4 IO ports, P0, 1, 2 and 3. 8 IO port is having the bit capacity of 8 bit, and 4 ports may be used as input ports or may be used as output ports. Individual pins maybe acts as an input pin, acts as an output pin. So this is related to port. We are discussing the port operation in detail afterwards. Again, some features, that is 2 timers, 16-bit timers, size of program counter, and 31 general purpose registers. So various registers are there. Registers are defined in general purpose, and that is GPRs and SFRs, special function. So all these are studied in further chapter. So this is related to the architecture. So in architecture you have to draw the diagram, this, and some points related to this. PSW, you need to take it down with the flag status and flag bit when it is 1, when it is 0. These are the some memory related operations, memory actual, buses, interrupts, and IO ports with some features. So this is all about the architecture of an 8051. microcontroller.